Hey, welcome back. I had a request to show how to replace the reeds on a Honda Express engine, and I just happened to get some reeds. The Boysen or Boysen, however you pronounce it, I guess are the two-stage reeds. Here they are, right here. And come to think of it, I kind of have forgotten which part goes on the bottom and which part goes on the top, because I haven't done this in a while, but we'll figure it out, right? I'm not the biggest believer in reeds. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think they make a whole lot of difference over the stock reeds. You know, they claim better throttle response. Usually when you put reeds on, your bike runs a little rich and you've got to adjust the jetting. But whatever, right? They were on sale. I think they're regularly 15 bucks, so I paid 12, is that right, for these? So we'll put them on. So I've already gone ahead and removed the 4 screws holding this in. I've just got one there. And you'll need your impact driver, most likely, to get these out. And when you use the impact driver, oops, you want to make sure that it's not resting on any part of the intake as you're hitting it with a hammer. I took out a little chip of the intake, which really won't matter. I've got the SHA carb adapter on this particular intake, and you've got to, when you're taking out this screw, you've got to watch out for the oil injection. So, you know, don't make the mistakes that I made. You know, I think I was taking out this screw here, and the impact driver was resting on the side of the intake, and so we lost a chip of the intake, which is unfortunate, but you know, these things happen. So once you get your screws out, your intake comes off, and your reed block comes off. And then I've gone ahead, while this is open, it's a good idea to stuff paper towels in there, especially if you're going to clean the surrounding areas, which are usually caked with dirt and grime, or it's probably a good practice just to stuff it with paper towels no matter what, so you don't have anything accidentally falling inside the engine. I'm going to risk it because, you know, I already cleaned it out, and I'm hoping that I don't have any further problems. One second. Okay, so we just need to take out these 2 screws, and then we got a reed stop and our reeds to remove. And the question I have is, do we reuse the reed stop? I think in the past on these Honda Express ones I didn't. I might have to do a little research on this. And there are the stock reeds removed. Okay, after a bit of research, it appears that this is correct. So you can see how I've got them on there. You can either use the stock reed stop or the one that comes with the reeds. I am not going to use the stock reed stop, and I'm going to use the one that comes with the reeds. Now, Alright, so I'm going to tighten up these two screws. And then this would go like that. Alright, we're going to need our intake, and we're going to replace the screws with these Allen head bolts. So, of course, I've got the engine off the bike. You should be able to do this on the bike. You might have to move some items out of the way. Just want to make sure that these screws are nice and tight. And then one of the screws has that little piece for catching the stator wires, sorry. And this is actually the Sfaderator 2.0 engine. So here's the bit for catching the stator wires. Because some people are particular about how you say stator, you know. My son's having a rough day. He wants to go to the store here and shop it up to build his Beyblade Stadium. So I told him, let me finish this up and we'll go there. But anyways, let's see here. Where's my... Let's use this instead to tighten these. Ah, much better. Oh, come on, man. Tighten these and I'll tell you a little bit more about this engine. Almost there. I want this to face. Somewhere in here for now, I guess. Or does that go up above? Well, we'll deal with that later. Let's just get this on. All right. So now I got the oil pump removed, but I got a new seal on this side. I just got in the mail a seal to put on this side. I put in a new gasket, but this is still leaking oil, so I'm going to double up this gasket on this left cover. And then we've got a windowed piston installed, and we've spaced this up about 2 millimeters. And I've got the SHA carb adapter here, and we're going to be running, hold on. Running this Technoboss pipe again, and I had a washer welded because this flange broke on this header, so I've got to Dremel down the washer inside and out, and he actually welded it from the inside so that this piece would, this collar would mate up better with it. So I'll work on that. So that pipe's going on there again, which is a nice top speed pipe. And maybe I'll do the double up this gasket. Did that crack? This one looks like it's cracked too. Well, that doesn't matter right now, but maybe I'll do that later today or tomorrow. We'll see. So there you go. That's the Reed install. Fairly straightforward. And we'll pick it up next time. Thanks for watching. Hey, some bonus material. Another question I had from a Honda Express enthusiast was about the wave washer. And so this is not the wave washer, but it is a washer, needle bearing, and washer trio. There's 3 there, and I just removed those so I can get rid of, or take off this main gear. And then running low on paper towels. That'll have to do. Behind this sprocket, we got the clutch in. Damn it. Can I get this out or not? Probably. No, I can. There is a regular washer, and then there's this wave washer. And this kind of, well, it's kind of out of focus, but if you look at it from the side, it's wavy, or I think they also call it like a crinkle washer. Anyhow, it goes on the back side of this sprocket. And then there's a regular washer behind that, still in the case. So you need that washer, or else your transmission will make horrid noises. And it kind of acts as like a cushion between the sprocket and I guess the case. So maybe that's the noise that you hear if you don't have one in there. I guess the sprocket in the case. So This is an engine I'm rebuilding, and then to put this, at least this much back together, the main gear goes in, and then it's the thick washer, needle bearing thin washer. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do on this is take it completely apart, replace the crankshaft bearings, the seals, put a new left cover gasket on it, and I got to scrape off the old gasket still, and probably a new piston and rings and head and base gaskets. So if you're looking for a Honda Express engine, look for this one in, you know, a few weeks. So yeah, and you can get the wave washers off of Amazon, or they also pop up on eBay, usually in conjunction. If someone is selling this sprocket or these other washers and needle bearings, they'll have the wave washer as part of that. But I also found them on Amazon for not, I think 3 for $10 or something like that, which is not too crazy. So anyhow, I guess I'll show you some more while I'm thinking about it. So I got that left cover, and where is it? Yeah, this gear is sticking out too far, and I don't know if the spring underneath it popped out of place or what, but so this sprocket, the starter sprocket, sits up too high and doesn't line up correctly with I guess the starter arm. Let's see here. Here's my spring. Okay, so there's another, is this on camera? Kind of. There's another shaft that goes in here, and then there's a starter arm that sits right here. Oh, here's the shaft. Here's my other starter arm. I must have put it somewhere else. But this sprocket is sitting too high for the starter arm to catch in here, and I think it popped out, or the spring or something. So I'll mess with that and get this engine cleaned up and rebuilt. This thing's a mess, but you know, such is life. All right, well, I've rambled on enough. Hey, thanks for watching.